before the White House, before the dollar bill, before America was even a country, there was one man whose leadership turned 13 fragile colonies into a nation. This is the story of George Washington, soldier, statesman, and the first president of the United States. George Washington was born on February 22, 1732, in Westmoreland County, Virginia. He wasn't born into extreme wealth, but into a family of landowners. At just 11, he lost his father, cutting short his formal education. But Washington wasn't the type to be limited by circumstance. By his teens, he was already working as a land surveyor, mapping forests and rivers. This job didn't just teach him geography. It taught him resilience, precision, and the vastness of the land he would one day fight to unite. In 1754, Washington's military journey began in the French and Indian War. At just 22, he led men into battle, sometimes with victory, sometimes in retreat, but always learning. These early campaigns forged the military discipline that would serve him in a much bigger fight, the American Revolution. In 1775, the Continental Congress appointed Washington as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. It was a near impossible task. Outnumbered, underfunded, facing the most powerful military in the world. Yet Washington's strategy wasn't about winning every battle. It was about surviving, retreat when necessary, strike unexpectedly. The turning point came in 1781, when his troops, with crucial French support, trapped the British at Yorktown. The surrender there sealed America's independence and made Washington a national hero. After the war, Washington longed for a quiet life at his Mount Vernon estate. But America needed him once again to guide the fragile new republic. In 1787, he presided over the Constitutional Convention, where the framework of the United States was born. 2 years later, in 1789, George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States, the only president in history to receive every electoral vote. He would serve 2 terms, shaping the presidency itself. As president, Washington set precedents still followed today. He created the first presidential cabinet, supported the economic plans of Alexander Hamilton, signed the Judiciary Act, creating the Supreme Court. In foreign affairs, he kept the young nation neutral in Europe's wars. At home, he proved federal authority during the Whiskey Rebellion, riding out with troops himself to end it without major bloodshed. In 1797, after 2 terms, Washington stepped down, setting the precedent that no president should hold power for life. In his farewell address, he warned against political factions and foreign entanglements. He returned to Mount Vernon, but even in retirement, his influence loomed large. On December 14, 1799, Washington died at age 67, leaving behind a united, if fragile, nation. George Washington wasn't just America's first president. He was its foundation. His courage in war, wisdom in peace, and refusal to cling to power gave the United States the chance to become the nation we know today. In the words carved beneath his statue, "First in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen."